Hi all, Plantside Agent here. Today we're going to take a look at this stainless steel foldable wood stove. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing. It comes in its own little carrying case out of nylon with some handles. I guess you could use it since it is rather heavy. I'll get the weights for you here in a sec. But comes in this little bag, which is nice. That way also, any soot and stuff that builds up on the stove, you don't keep it in, carry that on to whatever you're carrying it in. Okay, and it comes in this in a plastic coating, I guess, to protect the stainless steel. So what I'm going to do, just for starters, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to go ahead and peel off all of this blue stuff, and then we'll take a good look at the stove with some other comments. Okay, I got the plastic peeled off this thing, and boy, what a pain in the neck that was to get that off. I kind of stuffed it all in a tin can here, and you can see there's a lot of it there, and I tell you what, it has static electricity out the gazoo, so it's hard to get rid of, and it was a real nuisance. I thought about, well, maybe I should just start a fire and burn it off, but that probably would have made a bigger mess. Although there are some spots in here that is still stuck, like around the hinges and things, so that'll all burn off. But yeah, little bits of it. But that was a real nuisance. But when you get it all off, it's nice and shiny, really pretty. Of course, that won't last long either once you start the fire on it. So for starters, it comes folded up like this, and to make sure I'm in frame here, to open it, all you have to do is unfold it. Now inside, you've got the top grate here, which is your pot stand, and then also inside is a fire pan that goes on the bottom. Now, I've seen different versions of this stove. I think this is one of the better versions. Anyway, it's got a wood. Let's see if I can get this in frame here. It's got a wood little grate to hold your wood, and then that's hinged, and it will fold down. There's whoops. Let's see here. There's two little hooks in here that little J's that it rests on, so that'll be flat. I know some complaints was this thing wasn't real stable once. The other ones didn't have it wasn't hinged. You just kind of set it in there, and it wasn't really stable. But this is, as you can see, once you got that in there, it holds together pretty good. Not that you're going to be fondling it like this when it's burning, but anyway, it's pretty stout now. Also, I noticed on earlier models too, you notice it's got a hatched grill, where some of the original ones only had the one row of bar, not the crossbar, so it had big old gaps, so your wood would really fall through. It wasn't very efficient. So, I mean, once you got the grate down on the bottom, then you got this ash pan, and that fits. Now there's you can see that here. There's two little lips in here that just rests on. So you just slide that in. It fits fairly snug. So that slides in there like that. See, now it's really snug. And then if you get once you get the pot stand on, you probably just wedge that between the if you put it with the bar side down, it'll wedge in there, and oops. Anyway, it's sturdy. So when you put your pots on there or whatever, it's gonna stay put. You know, even if you were frying up some stuff and whipping the fry pan around, it's gonna stay. Though one thing I did notice or got to thinking that with that big grate pattern in there in the bottom, there's just no way you could burn wood pellets. So went ahead and I made an adapter. I took some sheet metal out of a dollar store cookie sheet, same one I used to make my little foldable Altoid tin stove, which I have a video on if you're interested. Anyway, so I just cut that out about the same size as the grate on the bottom, and then I just drilled out a bunch of 1/4-inch holes all over. So we'll see how that works for wood pellets. I'm gonna, once I get through talking about the basic stove here, I'm gonna go out and fire it up, and we'll do some burn tests so you can take a look at that. And then also I'll probably do one burn test with wood sticks, and then I'll use one with wood pellets just to see how my little adapter works. But it just fits in the bottom, and everything packs in nice and neat. It still fits in the when you fold it all up. Oh yeah, and the other thing is, like I say, once you get your grate down and everything else assembled, it's got a little door here where you can put your wood in. So actually, coming down like this, you could probably just lay some bigger sticks in there. Don't have any big sticks handy. And it should work really nice for feeding. So that's to feed it with. See, it's got these two little handles here. I have no idea. I guess you'd want gloves or something if you wanted to move it for some reason, but they're there for whatever you want to do. Okay, I wonder. I don't think that's the design. No, it's not going to work. I was going to say maybe you could, I don't know if these little handle things would, nah, I don't know. Anyway, they're there for what it's worth. Just some little size and weights on this. It's all stainless steel, fairly heavy, so it's seems to be nicely built. It should be durable. Anyway, it weighs 33.5 ounces. That's over 2 pounds. So you're not gonna, if you're into ultralight backpacking, this is not your stove. Okay, and also that's 949.7 grams. So it's pretty heavy. Size-wise, I'll just measure that off right now. That's it looks like about 5 1/4 across, and that would be in centimeters. That'd be 13.5 centimeters. Okay, for height, we've got. We'll do the inches here. Where are we at? You probably can't read anyway. Looks like about 8 1/4 inches, and for you metric folks, that would be, looks to me like about 21 centimeters. So let's see. I don't know what other dimensions you want to know about it. Well, the burn chamber is about 7 inches, and that would be. Where's my centimeters at? Oops, got it the other way around. Did I do this backwards? Yes, I did. Disregard the inches. It's actually about 5.5 inches deep, and that would be about 14 centimeters. So let's see. Anything else I could talk about this? I got you the weight, the sizes, how it goes together. Like I say, to put it away, I'll just show you that real quick before we go out and I set up for the burn test. To take it apart, you just pull out your ash pan, and then in here you just make sure you're in flame here. Yep, this just flips up here, and then all you have to do is fold it in, and then you can fit all your other little pieces. We'll go inside here. Get in there. Oh, it's hitting the. There we go. This will fit in there, and voila! It's all folded up, ready to go. Stick it back in this little case. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut down for a moment and set up for the burn test. So we'll see you in a few. Okay, I got the stove loaded up with wood and tinder. So we'll go ahead and fire this off. Got a couple of cotton balls with Vaseline in there too. With some wood shavings, and there we go. Come on. Got her lit. I'm going to let this get onto a good burn. I'll bring you back. We can take a look at it. Okay, got a pretty good burn going here. As you can see, it burns pretty clean, not a lot of smoke. And if you notice, I had to adjust the camera to the other side because the wind had shifted from when I started this fire. But anyway, go ahead and throw the. I get in here. There we go. Not burning myself. As you can see, this put the old grate on there, and there you go. Got your pot on the boil. Now the one thing I want to check on, and uh-oh, I should have brought my gloves out. The flames are licking around here. There we go. Let's get that. Is, like I was mentioning before, if you put a big flat pot on here, like a frying pan, or in this case, I'm just going to use this old pot that I've had. Jeez, I think it was a wedding present decades ago. Then I converted it over to my car camping supplies, and now it's just in the garage for whatever, like now. So as you can see, let's go ahead and, if we put a big frying pan or a big pot on there, what's going to happen? You can see it really kind of snuffs the fire out. You get a lot of black smoke. So it's not too efficient. This particular design is not really efficient for a really big pot. Once you take it off, you get some air. It burns really clean. What I need to do, if you wanted to use a bigger pot, is maybe put some kind of trivets on here so you could raise the pot up maybe quarter of an inch, half an inch, so that it's better airflow up and around the pot. So I might just go ahead and do that later on. I got to find out what kind of metal I can get to make the trivets, because I want them a little bit higher. And also, if you're going to put a bigger pot or a fry pan, I want it pretty strong. I'm not going to use the sheet metal that comes off those dollar store cookie sheets. I don't think they'd work that effective, especially for the distance you have to cover across here. So anyway, it looks like it's burned down, burned pretty clean. Burned like gangbusters there for a while. So, I mean, it does work. It's not a bad little stove. Oops, let me get back here. So, yeah, when this burns down, I'm going to go ahead and reload it with some wood pellets, and we'll see how those burn in there. And then, so when I get that all fired up, I'll get back to you. Okay, let's set up for a wood pellet burn. I'm going to use the little grate I made for the bottom of this so the wood pellets won't cascade through, because I remember earlier there's looks like about almost half inch, 3/4 inch spacing in the regular wood grate, and this is just a little bit smaller than the inside of the stove, so hopefully we'll get some good air around the pellets. So just drop that guy in there. Oops, got it backwards. There we go. And add some wood pellets here. I'll probably add about a cup or so, not a whole lot, just enough to see this. Yeah, about covered the bottom of the grate, then a little more. So go ahead and got that loaded up. Now for the wood pellets, I'm going to cheat and use alcohol as the fire starter, because I found that it works really great for wood pellets. I've done other burns with the pellets, so just pour a little of that in there. Gets those pellets going pretty quick. Probably more than I need. So now if I can do this without burning myself. Gotta be careful with alcohol. It lights fast. So Anyway, I'll turn this off until the wood pellets get going good, and then we'll talk about it some more. And while these wood pellets are getting ready to get going, we'll discuss wood pellets and these kind of stoves. I know there was another YouTuber, I can't remember who it was, and he was using wood pellets, and one of the concerns was when you put a lot of wood pellets in there where it covers the whole bottom of the pan, it tends to seal the airflow from the bottom from coming up, so you get good airflow on the wood pellets. So I guess that is a concern. You might have to fiddle around to figure out some way to get some more ventilation through them. But we'll see how this goes. I think having the wood pellet grate just a little bit smaller, it does let some airflow around. But I imagine if I had this even more packed in there, it might not burn as well. But we'll see how this goes. Yeah, wood pellets are going pretty good. You can see in there, not burning my camera up. They're burning really well. You can definitely cook on it. Now the big question is, I was talking about earlier about putting a larger, you can see it over here, a larger pan where it would, as we could see, it kind of tended to snuff out the fire. So I was just kind of curious what it'd be like if I put bigger trivets. Well, I'm going to use these pieces of wood as the trivets. Obviously, I can't use them very long, but just to see what kind of airflow we get when I put the big pot on here. I tried to find some metal about the same thickness, but couldn't find any in my stash of stuff. So we'll just throw those on there temporarily. Put the pot on, see how that works. So I would say, getting a little bit more smoke. But I imagine any time you get any pot about that size, you might want to raise it up a little bit. Ooh, look at it come up around the sides there. Now I'm gonna, if I can get this thing off of here before those my wood trivets start to burn. But yeah, it's a little bit smoky. But I imagine if you get any pot that's going to be almost the same size as the opening of the stove, you're going to get quite a bit of smoke. Ooh, that was starting to warm up fast. Let me get these off here. So anyway, yeah, if you wanted to use a bigger pot on here, you definitely need some kind of trivet. I think what I would do is just get a couple of them that would I could get them to nest in the top of the stove, and then put the little grate that comes with it. That'd give you a little bit more. So I think probably the more elevation you got would help on getting it up away from the flame so you get better airflow. When it's open like this, it's getting plenty of airflow. As you can see, it burns like dynamite. But I think when you start putting something on it that restricts this burn, it starts to smoke more. So I know some of the other ones, like the what are the other folding wood stoves, the firebox and the bush box, they have a lot of vent holes in the side, which I think helps the burn. Imagine if you wanted to play with this, you could just drill these out and all of that. So you could always modify it. You might have to play with it. I don't know. I don't know that I will, because I probably would never use this stove. I just bought it because it's a stove and it's different, and I like stoves. Wood pellets still get good airflow coming up out of it, burning really nice, so they burn fine. That'll do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.